President Trump's meltdown of the stock market allegedly because of his tariffs. I don't normally make talks like this or videos unless I'm giving a seminar before or after a seminar, but I'm going to take exception. This is the second or third time I've done it, and there's a good reason. We're getting various, I wouldn't say panic calls, but Kim gets these calls, or sometimes Winnica gets these calls, and sometimes even Thelma gets these calls that, what the fuck, what's going on? And so I wanted to comment before, because we don't have a seminar for several weeks, and a lot was going to happen between now and several weeks. About 7 or 8 weeks ago, while on a podcast, I commented when, and Bitcoin was related to this, so I'm going to comment on Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was about $94,000 the first time, I said that I would sell a third and keep 2/3. Some of you paid attention, some of you didn't. Now Bitcoin's in the 70s, thousands, and I just commented on my social media that I would either buy back the third now, the long-term investors, or wait. I also said that I thought when it was at $93,000 about that I thought almost positively it was going to go lower, and it has. Now, I'm not a Bitcoin follower, I'm just making observations. I'm very good at calling tops of markets. I don't pay much attention to calling bottoms of markets. Now, vis-a-vis the stock tragedy that we're going through right now, I said that the fourth door was going to open and it was going to be some sort of tsunami. Markets always find a way to correct themselves. In this particular case, it's tariffs. Back in the 2008, it was mortgages. In the 1999, 2000, 2001, it was tech explosion. But it always finds a way to correct itself when it's overvalued. About a month ago or 6 weeks ago, I commented on Mr. Buffett's, one of his scales, one of his benchmarks that he uses were double valued. It was 204%. And I said that along with myself and a few others, said the market was way overvalued, and we're going to figure out a way to how to bring it into a more reasonable price range. I didn't know the tariffs were going to come. For those of you that follow politics, you may have known more than I, because President Trump used tariffs his first time in office, but he didn't use them like he's using them now. Now, whether all these 60, 70, or 80 countries are calling him or not, I don't know. I take the man at his word, because they're calling him to try to cut deals. Contrary to what you might think, we're not going to go into a worldwide depression. We may see a recession, but not a worldwide depression. But President Trump does have most of the cards. He has most of the cards because the United States is the largest and strongest and most viable economy on the planet. And I expect it to be that after tariffs as it was before tariffs. If you look at some of the headlines, Buffett keeps taking investors to school because he's telling them about, now's the time when there's blood in the street, you should be investing. The Wall Street is in collateral damage in Trump's trade war. Trump not trying to crash market with tariffs, says White House economic advisor. The fact that he even has to say that is ludicrous to me. You think that he really wants to trash the economy? No, I don't think so, especially when he's got several billion invested in the economy. Stocks whipsaw with S&P 500 on the precipice of a bear market. We're on the precipice. We're right near what they consider a bear market. I think it's a sell-off of something over 15%, and we've had that as of yesterday, I believe. And I believe the market's down again today. This is the stock market's worst start to a presidential term in modern history. Yep, I believe that. But so what? So what? Okay. I say this in conjunction with the fact the QLA model. If you're just buying stocks, picking stocks, or picking Bitcoin for that matter, I'm not the guy to listen to. But when there's blood in the street, that means people are going to be more apt to listen to your succession story. Do you want to work 30, 40 years and not have nothing to show for it, etc. It's easy to see the market has collapsed. And that chart's a couple of days old, so it's a little worse off than that. But during every bear market, if we go into a bear market, but it appears that we are, since I've been in the market since 1972, when the Dow was about 500 or something, we've come back. I'm not a stock picker, but I am a picker of the emotional ups and downs that you the potential buyers and sellers are going through. I've been through this. Now, no one can pick the tops or the bottoms of a market. I'm better at tops. I've said for over 6 months, the stock market was overvalued and the cash was the king. Buffett and others agreed. The markets always find a way to correct themselves, as I said a little earlier. This time it has been tariffs. For the long-term stock buyers, you can invest half your budget now, though I expect the market to go lower. I wrote this yesterday and the market's lower. It will take years to ascertain how bad tariffs might be, but they will certainly level the playing field that many took advantage of due to the USA's complacency. Now, the markets are reacting to the lack of certainty or fear. A couple of months ago, I said, and I already said that about Bitcoin. Remember, as Warren Buffett says, bad news is an investor's best friend. And the QLA model is an investor's model of accumulation followed by an exit. We, just yesterday, talking to my people over the last couple of days, because I posted something similar to this yesterday and the day before yesterday, we got people to react. This is not the time to shut up your QLA book. Now's the time to increase your phone calls, talk to the motivated sellers, because nobody wants to work 20, 30, 40 years and wind up with nothing. Nobody, even though it's hardened person that walks the face of the earth. Now, a little perspective. Again, I knew President Trump a long, long time ago in a different circumstance, but he's a hard guy. For those of you that want to know what he's doing in the future, you should look at a summary of his book, The Art of the Deal. This is what he's doing to 130 countries that we deal with. And if you remember, the QLA model is based on an embarrassing offer, okay? Well, when you raise tariffs 104% on China, that's pretty much a goddamn embarrassing offer. China, not retorted, came back with a 34% raise. Now, if somebody did me 104%, I'd probably do more than 34%. And the point that he's making is he does have most of the cards. He doesn't have all the cards, like some of his pundits on TV say, but he does have a lot of the cards because we have a very strong economy in the United States. I live in the UK and I carry a UK passport, so I kind of got split feelings. But here, the Prime Minister's decided to say more or less a wait-and-see attitude. Many of the people are taking a wait-and-see attitude. Nobody's coming after the U.S. as aggressively as the U.S. is coming after the other countries. Almost all the countries that have said on TV or on podcasts, etc., the U.S. they've been taking advantage of the U.S. for decades, and this is his way of stopping it. Will he put us into a recession? I don't know. But I do know this is almost perfection for the QLA model. So make those cold calls. I don't have a seminar for several weeks, but I will, if appropriate, I will make another announcement like this. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just isn't. And as I've been telling you for months, and the same reason that Warren Buffett has about $300 billion in cash is for opportunities like this. It'll be interesting to see when the next 10K and 10Q that is posted quarterly, what he is investing his money in right now. But I mean, this is a buyer's paradise, and it's a buyer's paradise for QLA as well. Thank you very much. God bless. See you soon.